Now before we fast, what's necessary? When we're taking the suhoor, what is necessary? To have the intention to fast. Because remember we learned earlier that you have to have the intention to fast. So for obligatory fasts, a person has to have the intention to fast before Fajr. Before Fajr. So when you're going to sleep at night, you have the intention, tomorrow I'm going to fast. Okay? At suhoor, when you wake up for tahajjud, you have the intention, I'm going to fast. The Prophet ﷺ said, مَنْ لَمْ يَجْمِعِ الصِّيَامَ قَبْلَ الْفَجْرِ فَلَا صِيَامَ لَهُ. The one who does not gather the fast, meaning does not have the intention to fast before Fajr, then there is no fasting for him. But for voluntary fasts, you can make the intention anytime before noon. Now, what are the words of intention, of niyyah? What do you have to say in order to keep your fast? وَبِصَوْمِ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ. No, this is a bid'ah. This is an innovation. But some people believe that this is an obligation. That you have to say the words, وَبِصَوْمِ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ, that I intend to keep tomorrow's fast. But there is no basis for this from the Quran or from the Sunnah. Because we know that the intention is where? In the heart. Okay, so you don't have to pronounce it. Suhoor, have it as late as possible, until the last moment, basically. Okay? You don't have to wake up an hour before the time ends in order to have your suhoor. No, you should have it until the very last moment. And when it comes to breaking the fast, break it when? As soon as the sun sets. Immediately. The suhoor meal, for a believer there are blessings in suhoor, and it is also a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Some people find it very hard to eat suhoor. Because it's awkward for them to wake up in the middle of the night and eat something. And they don't eat. They don't eat suhoor. But this Ramadan, make sure you eat suhoor. Prophet ﷺ said, تَسَحَّرُوا فَإِنَّ فِي السُّحُورِ بَرَكَةً. Take the suhoor meal, for there is in it much blessing. How is there blessing in it? You have one meal and it's sufficient until the end of the fast. Yes, you do get hungry and thirsty in the middle, but that suhoor does suffice you. You don't die. Right? It is sufficient. So take the suhoor, for there is in it much blessing. So for that barakah, even if you can get a morsel or two in your mouth, please put it in your mouth, just to get that blessing. The Prophet ﷺ called one of the companions, Arbaz bin Sariya, to join him in eating suhoor with the words, هَلُمَّ إِلَى الْغَدَاءِ الْمُبَارَكِ. He called him, Arbaz, come to the blessed food. Come to the blessed meal. Come have it. So if there's someone who's not getting up for suhoor, tell them, come have the blessed meal. Okay, these are the words that we can also use to encourage people to get up to have their suhoor. And suhoor is a blessing from Allah. Abdullah bin Harith narrated from a person amongst the companions of the Prophet ﷺ that he once went to the Prophet ﷺ while he was eating suhoor. And he said, this suhoor is a blessing that Allah has given you, so do not leave it. فَلَا تَدَعُوهَا. Imagine, the Prophet ﷺ said, do not leave it. So what does it mean? Make sure that you have it. So make sure that you wake up well in advance in order to prepare the meal properly and also to eat it comfortably. Not that you're rushing through your bagel and halfway through the adhan goes off, so then you have to stop after 3 bites. And you're just staring at that bagel, wishing that you could have it. Okay? So, do not leave it. So first of all, wake up in advance so that you can actually have it. Then we also learned Miqdam bin Ma'ad Karb reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, you all should make morning meal compulsory upon yourselves. He said, عَلَيْكُمْ بِغَدَاءِ السُّحُورِ فَإِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَدَاءِ الْمُبَارَكِ. Because indeed it is the blessed food of the morning. So make it compulsory on yourself, which means do not leave it at any cost. So one must have suhoor even if it is a sip of water. You wake up and you realize half a minute left, 1 minute left. So then what should you do? Have a little bit of water at least. But have something. Have something. The Prophet ﷺ said, there is barakah in eating suhoor, so do not leave it, even if one is to drink a sip of water. If that's all you can find, if that's all the time you have that. Mercy descends upon those who eat suhoor. It is related by Ibn Umar that the Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى الْمُتَسَحِّرِينَ. In the Quran, what do we learn? إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ. over here, what do we learn in the hadith? That Allah and His angels send blessings on who? On the mutasahhirin, those who eat suhoor. Imagine you're eating and the angels are praying to Allah for mercy for you. And Allah is sending His blessings upon you. Such a blessed time, such an easy thing to do. Right? To earn so many benefits. This means that Allah showers upon them His mercy and blessings while the angels pray for mercy and forgiveness for them. Now, what should you eat for suhoor? Dates are the best suhoor. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Ni'ma suhoorul mu'min at-tamru." How excellent are dates as a believer's suhoor. So whatever you have for suhoor, make sure that you have dates as well. 1, 2, 3, how many ever. Odd numbers, best. Okay? But make sure you have dates. Why? Why dates? Because they give energy. They're full of protein, iron. Okay? Eat a balanced and healthy meal at suhoor in order to stay active and fresh throughout the day and be able to perform all obligatory rituals and other acts of worship properly. If you don't eat suhoor, how are you going to survive the day? How? And finally, when you will eat at iftar, your body will crash. How will you stand for qiyam? So make sure that you eat suhoor and you eat good suhoor. What kind of suhoor? Nutritious, balanced, wholesome. Okay? Eat a good blend of protein, carbohydrates, and essential fat. Don't just have a paratha. Okay? Or don't just have a bagel of, white bread. No. Don't just have these things. But have plenty of water. Eat a good blend of protein, carbs, as well as essential fats. Are the things that he suggests? Eggs, chicken breast, oatmeal, cream of wheat, protein shake, cinnamon, bananas, raw dark honey, raisins or dates, fibrous vegetables. All natural peanut butter for those who can have it. Flaxseed oil, olive oil, plenty of water. So don't just eat what you traditionally eat. Make sure that it actually has some stuff in it to benefit you. Okay? To help you last the day. And he said it is very important to watch your sodium intake at this time. At suhoor, be very careful. Watch your sodium intake at this time, as high sodium can cause greater dehydration, plus increased thirst during the day, which is not good for those people who fast. Avoid high sodium foods like soups, sauces, condiments, gravies, high sodium bread products, and canned meats. So avoid high sodium food. Okay? Rather have, what should you eat? Wholesome things, right? And a good balance. So what you can do is, for example, when you wake up for tahajjud, have, a glass of water, maybe with a few dates. Okay? Maybe one. Then you pray. You go down into the kitchen to prepare your suhoor, and then again have a glass of water, maybe have a banana at that time. Okay? Have some nuts or seeds. Okay? So basically you've kind of snacked before you sit down to eat. Okay? So have it. And then when you sit down to eat, have whatever main food that you're going to have. And make sure that it is wholesome and balanced. And until when should you have your suhoor? The Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا سَمِعَ أَحَدُكُمُ النِّدَاءَ وَالْإِنَاءُ عَلَى يَدِهِ فَلَا يَضَعْهُ حَتَّى يَقْضِيَ حَاجَتَهُ مِنْهُ. That when you hear the call, meaning the adhan, and the bowl is in your hand, then do not put it down until you fulfill your need from it. So for example, you have the cup in your hand. Let's say it's your tea. That's the last thing that you're having. Alright? And you're sipping from it, and you hear the adhan. And you have that one last sip left. Okay? So don't put it down. Instead, have it quickly, and then put it down. Why? Because all day, you'll have that feeling of, I didn't have my cup of tea. Even though you had most of it, but that last sip, like if you're drinking something and somebody asks you, can I have some of it? And you don't have that feeling of fulfillment. You know what I'm talking about, right? So don't fast with this feeling. Likewise, you're eating and the adhan goes off. So what should you do? Fulfill your need from it. And notice the words, حَتَّى يَقْضِيَ حَاجَتَهُ مِنْهُ. Doesn't mean he has to finish it, but he fulfills his need from it. So a bite or two, a sip or two. Okay? Don't go on sipping on your cup of tea until after the adhans are even finished. Okay. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.